Oh yeah, what's up all my Jaguars out there? You know who I am. Ralph Jaguar is back with another epic one. And welcome to another epic episode of Ralph's Universe, the Reboot. Let's do it.
Okay, now in this episode of Ralph's University Reboot, I want to keep this thing going by talking about, Teen Mom 2's most dramatic, biggest entity story, of this series. Yep, here she is, Jenelle. I gotta tell you, Jaguar, something. This girl right here is really something. She has definitely been through a lot of ups and downs. OMG, she has been through a lot of hell and back. She's done this, she's done that, she's done it all here on the show. Yeah, this is one amazing female right here. I gotta tell you that. Wow. And of all the stories on Teen Mom 2, of all the girls on this show, Jenelle's story is really compelling. I mean, she is really a big, gigantic entity on this show. Maybe and perhaps it is because there is so much drama in this girl's life. I mean, she is talked about in a lot of places, like on Twitter and most definitely on YouTube. And she's definitely a pretty interesting example of, what a mom should and should not be. Because Jenelle's story is so dramatic, and and which is probably the main reason why people watch this show, and they look at Jenelle and they think, damn, this is one messed up girl. I gotta tell you, on and off the show, Jenelle has really gotten into lots of trouble. She is definitely one of the most, if not the most, talked about, girl, on Teen Mom 2. Almost fighting with everyone, from her mom to her cousin to her friend to her boyfriends, and then her mom again. Definitely going through a lot of struggles. And unlike the other girls on this show, well, this season to be more specific, Jenelle has been into a lot of stuff, and she also, and as we all discovered on this show, Jenelle definitely has, an addiction to substance abuse, more specifically a drug problem, you know, yeah, she is a drug addict. And now right here, in this picture of Jenelle, she's getting into it with another girl. Now, I told you all that Jenelle has been getting in trouble outside of the show, because here Jenelle is, fighting with a girl in the yard. Yeah, look at that punch. Yeah, she's getting into it with her because the report is, as TZM reported, they're saying that Jenelle got into a fight with a girl and her friend put it on tape, and she tried to make some money off of it. But of course, she ended up getting in trouble because of this. Okay. And just like we saw on the show, we see that Jenelle has been in and out of jail, in and out of behind bars, constantly going in and out of the courtroom, getting arrested for this and that. But of course, it was her now ex-boyfriend, Kiefer, who was getting her into a lot of trouble. Okay. Now, this guy right here, as you have seen on the show, this guy right here is Jenelle's baby daddy. I mean, he's supposed to be an aspiring rapper, Yeah. Oh, by the way, Kaylin's baby daddy, Joe, is also an aspiring rapper. A lot of there's a lot of people on this planet that are trying to do that. So who knows what's going to come of that. But anyways, at first, this guy was denying that he was the father of Jenelle's baby. Well, I can't say he was really denying, because he said he was unsure. But then a DNA test did prove that this guy right here is the father of, Jenelle's baby. Yeah, I believe his name is Adam as well. Now, this right here is Jenelle with Kiefer, the first guy that we've seen her get with on the show. Kiefer. Okay, Kiefer, yeah, he went ahead on and got into some trouble with substance abuse himself. He met Jenelle on the show, more specifically in a bar, I think, or maybe it was a fast food joint, as I can remember. And they got into a whole bunch of stuff together, and of course, as you all know, Kiefer and Jenelle had lots and lots of fallings out, arguments and all that kind of stuff, even to the point to where Kiefer would, put hands on Jenelle. Basically, grabbing her, restraining her, and throwing her into a car. That was late one night when, Kiefer was drunk. And Jenelle went ahead on and filed charges against Kiefer. But then soon after, Jenelle, of course, dropped the charges. Okay. And of course, after they had that falling out, yeah, then, Jenelle went ahead and got with this guy right here, Gary, a Marine. Yeah, Gary, he was a member of the Marine Corps. And it seemed like a pretty good relationship until, she found out from a friend, that Gary had sex with another girl, on the night that, Jenelle had met Gary, and then Gary didn't tell her about it. So as you can see right here, yeah, they ended up fighting about it, and Jenelle went ahead and broke it off with Gary, and it was a bad breakup, so to speak. Yeah, that's putting it mildly. They argued, of course, once again. No surprise there, huh? Because Jenelle's always getting into it with her guys. And then we see here that Jenelle went ahead on and got back with Kiefer. So she was, and then after Gary came back, that is when Kiefer decided to, walk out the door. So basically, Jenelle was going back and forth between Gary and Kiefer, and then when Jenelle went back to Gary, yeah, that's right. When Jenelle went back to Gary, hey, come on, give me a break here, okay? I mean, she was going back and forth between them so much. Even I have a hard time, keeping track of this. Okay, so come on, bear with me here, all right? Because you see, this is how complicated Jenelle's story is. Okay, come on now. Okay, yeah, where was I? Okay, yeah, Gary got back with. Yeah, Jenelle went back to Gary. And rumor has it that they were engaged, but then something happened. And guess what? Jenelle got into a fight with Gary. And, Gary got abusive with her. He put hands on her. And, Gary ended up hitting her. And, because when Kiefer found Jenelle, there were bruises all over Janelle's body. And, they both got arrested for it. Okay, because I guess the police didn't know who to believe. But then, so charges were pressed on Gary, and Jenelle was cleared of the charges, of course. But then, here's another scoop that, Dr. Drew, delivered to all of us. Gary was kicked out of the Marine Corps because of what happened. Because Gary went ahead on and abused Jenelle, they booted him out of the Marine Corps. Yeah, big surprise there, huh? I mean, this show is really popular. Everyone watches this. Jeez. And that is when Jenelle went back with Kiefer. Okay? Now that right there is where the plot thickens and where the drama really intensified, because Janelle's mom, Barbara, doesn't like Kiefer because of all of the problems and the hell that Kiefer has been putting, them all through. Because Kiefer was the one that was, giving Jenelle all those illegal drugs and substances and all that. Heroin to be more specific. Now Kiefer didn't, force Jenelle to take the drugs. I understand that. But he did supply her with it. And Kiefer, he was hooked on them drugs too. Oh, jeez. And it was because of Kiefer that, Jenelle ended up behind bars. And Barbara, was really concerned about this, of course. And, she did everything she could for Jenelle to try to help her. Okay? And that's why she had to go to the police, have them detained, because, they're out there doing drugs and all that. But then But then Kiefer was the one that went and called the cops on Barbara and her boyfriend. And, Barbara really broke down after this one, and that is when, she realized that, her daughter Jenelle was lost. And that right there really got to me, seeing Barbara break down like that. Damn. And, I gotta say, about Kiefer, I don't know him personally. Hell, I don't know any of these people personally. But I was kind of hoping that maybe there would be some hope for him too. Yeah, Kiefer. I mean, because I don't think he's a real bad guy, but he's making a bad decision, going ahead and, getting involved with all these drugs and stuff. Because he's a young guy too, probably like, 28 or 27, something like that. But I can tell you one thing, he's heading in the wrong direction. Because, Kiefer, he got into a lot of trouble himself. He was caught with possession of drugs, and I also think that, he had to go to prison, for distributing and selling drugs, and because, he was caught with them. And for a while, he had like a real good lawyer helping him out. And, he was happier. I mean, even on the show, he was real happy because the lawyer, his female lawyer, had got him off. And, he said he felt like dancing and all that. Oh, jeez, give me a break. But Kiefer soon found out that, once that money started running out, he saw how much the lawyer cared about him. And he ended up having to spend about, 2 years in prison. And then when he got out of prison, that's when he went ahead and got back with Jenelle. So, Jaguars, are you following this? I mean, that's how complicated, Jenelle's story is. Oh boy, I told you she was a big entity. And then, I'm going to tell you, okay? Because when it came time for the reunion show of Teen Mom 2, that is when some real deep stuff was revealed. It was revealed that, Kiefer did supply Jenelle with, the drugs, illegal drugs, heroin, to be more specific. And it was a real bad experience, I mean, yeah, Jenelle was real high and stuff. Oh, damn. I really don't know what to say about that because, Jenelle was real high and, really looking for a way out. And then at that last moment, that is when Jenelle decided, she couldn't do it anymore. And that is when she had to realize that, she really needed the help. So ultimately, yeah, the relationship between Jenelle and Kiefer, it ended, because Jenelle ended it, of course. Which is probably a step in the right direction. Yeah, because, I did kind of, think and hope that maybe we might be able to help Kiefer out too, because all he had to do is just stop with that drug stuff and, try to do something positive and, find a right and legal way to make money. He wanted to sell some stuff online, some pipes. Yeah, that's what Kiefer wanted to do, sell some pipes online, rather than get a 9-to-5 job like everyone else. Okay. But apparently, I guess Kiefer doesn't want to do that. He wants to get involved with the drugs. Okay. Alright, that's fine. Damn. Alright, but don't worry. Yeah, don't worry, Kiefer. I mean, I'm not going to, give you a lecture, because I know you don't want to hear it. Alright, so don't worry about that. I mean, if that's what Kiefer wants to do, then oh well. See ya.
Damn.
Okay, so back on the reunion show, you know, Jenelle and Kiefer has broken up. Okay. And Gary is out of the Marines. Ha ha. But now another issue remained was, you know, the visitation rights that Jenelle would get to see her son, you know, Jace. Because you see, another thing I need to mention is that, you know, after Jace was born, you know, and after a whole bunch of drama went down, even though the relationship of Jenelle and her mom Barbara was very icy and hard and really intense, you know, really bad, you know, Jace, you know, Jenelle did give custody of her son Jace to Barbara, mainly because of the issues that she was having and her drug problem. Okay, so, and with all that being said, you know, that was the right thing to do. And I gotta tell you, you know, I watched the show just like everyone else, and oh my God, Jenelle and Barbara, man, they really went at it. Okay, they really went at it, you know, the arguing, the fighting, you know, there was just intense drama. Because, and of all the fights that Jenelle have gotten into, her worst fight was probably with her mom. I mean, she done kicked Jenelle out of the house, you know, twice. You know, and you know, Barbara, I mean, she really struggled with Jenelle, trying to make her see the light, trying to show her, you know, Barbara was trying to tell her that Kiefer is just plain no good. I mean, this guy's into drugs, he keeps getting you in trouble, you gotta get away from him. But Jenelle kept saying no, and it just caused a whole lot of drama. Yep, so much drama. So I just don't know what else to say about this. I mean, this is really deep, some really deep SHIT here, Jaguars. So the only other issue was, you know, how much vegetation time would, and how much vegetation period would Jenelle get to see her son, you know. But Barbara, you know, she wants Jenelle to start making improvements and all that. And, you know, and Jenelle is really trying because, you know, I mean, because I can tell you right now, you know, she admitted that, you know, she has a problem with substance abuse, you know, heroin to be more specific. And therefore that might be a step in the right direction. And as of right now, I think there might be hope for Jenelle. Okay. I really feel like it's really and apparently, you know, obvious that, you know, Jenelle is really a severe drug addict and she needs help. She needs treatment. Okay. Yeah, she definitely needs help. You know, she's been through a traumatic experience. We've seen that on the show. She's gotten into lots of trouble on the show, in and out of jail, in and out of the courtroom, fighting with this person, you know, fighting with her cousin, and I'm talking fist fighting with her, you know, on and off ex-boyfriends and stuff. Because in Teen Mom 2, out of all of the stories, you know, on this show, out of all of the girls on this show, Jenelle's story is so dramatic. I mean, there is nothing but drama going on with this girl. I mean, she needs some serious help. And I gotta tell you, you know, Jenelle is very popular. But in what kind of way? Perhaps in a very, very bad way. Because her backstory is so dramatic that everyone wants to watch it and critique it and criticize it. They want to criticize, Jenelle and her ways, and, say that she is not a good mom. Because I can tell you one thing, she's definitely not, a role model. I mean, she said she wanted Gary to be a role model for her son, but now Jenelle never said that she was a role model, which is a good thing too, because she do need help with a lot of things. And I'd hate to sit here and throw her under the bus and say, a bunch of bad stuff about her and say that, oh, she needs help and all this, and that she's a really, effed up person, but damn, I have to keep it real here, people. This girl really needs to get her life back on track. I mean, right now, she's dirty, and she needs to be cleaned up. Okay?
Damn.
And I hear people talking about tough love. Well, I'm giving Jenelle some tough love here. I mean, after watching this show and seeing all of that, I mean, Jenelle really needs to get cleaned up. Okay? So yeah, she needs to get cleaned up really bad. I mean, in and out of prison, getting in trouble, on and off of the show. I mean, she even got arrested one time for, cyber bullying and cyber stalking another person. And then she got into a fight on the streets with a girl, trying to get it on tape and then selling it for money. The other girls got in trouble for it too, as well as Jenelle. And I'm going to tell you, just like all the other fans of MTV's, Teen Mom 2, I'm also very interested in Jenelle's, story. Because her life and her story is really dramatic. I mean, it's got drama written all over it. And you know how much I love drama. And, like I said in the previous episode of Ralph's University Reboot that talked about, Teen Mom 2, I really feel like, this is a good show. Despite what other people might think, I think this really is a good show for teenagers to watch and to learn from it. They will definitely look at Jenelle and see how her life has really transpired on the show, and see what has happened to Jenelle and what has Jenelle become. I mean, you're seeing all of this and you see what she's going through, and you see the choices and the decisions that she's making, and it's not very good. Because the thing that really irks me is the drug problem that Jenelle really has. I mean, because like I said before, Jenelle is a severe addict and she needs help. And I mean major help. And I have a suggestion, because in the reunion show of Teen Mom 2, Dr. Drew is the host, right? Well, Dr. Drew also has a show on VH1 called, VH1's Celebrity Rehab with Dr. Drew. And you all know that. And he also has another show called, The Sober House. Celebrity Rehab Sober House with Dr. Drew. And Jenelle is about 21 or 22. And she is a celebrity, thanks to all of the fans of MTV. So she can be on the show. And I think Jenelle definitely needs to be on the show. Okay? Yeah, Jenelle needs to be on that show. Celebrity Rehab on VH1. It's on a different network, but hey, as long as Jenelle gets that help, you know, that is what's important. Because let me tell you right now, I like Jenelle, okay? I really feel like she's a good girl. And now she's an epic woman. But she needs a lot of help. She needs to get herself cleaned up, because right now she is dirty. Dirty with the capital D. That's right, because, you know, doing all these drugs and, you know, heroin to be more specific, and her behavior, you know, going in and out of the courtroom, you know, behind bars and stuff like that. I mean, God damn it. She's a mom, for Pete's sake. So Jenelle really needs to get herself cleaned up. Okay? Because a lot of people are watching this, so are teens. And, you know, and there is a chance for Jenelle. She can make it. She can, you know, get her life back on track. I mean, she already took the first step, which is admitting the problem. But now she needs to get into rehab. That's right, because Jenelle needs rehab bad. Real bad. Okay? Because I really like this girl. I think she's good. And there is definitely hope for her. And she will get that help. Jenelle, we are praying for you.
Peace out. Till the next episode. Oh!